garbed herself in rusty sweater, short skirt, and shapeless shoes, and did her stunt through Central Park. Her term at Andy's Academy having expired, she had taken on a new schedule of 2 hours per week, that being all, her preceptor assured her, that was needed for the preservation of her fitness, to jump into the ring and put him up with the big feller himself at the clang of a bell. A slight exaggeration, but to Darcy, a grateful one. With ever-growing approval, Gloria saw the girl accomplish that distinctively feminine feat known as settling into your clothes. "My dear," she remarked one day when the two had come in from a walk, "if Monty Vasey could see us together now, I wouldn't have a chance with him." Darcy grabbed and hugged her. "You're talking nonsense and you know it. No man in the world would look at me if you were in the same block." "Wouldn't they?" retorted the actress ungrammatically. "I'd hate to put it to the test of a regular constituted jury." "I'd have to bar Mr. Remsen from the jury box," smiled Darcy. "Have you seen Jack again?" "Ran into him plop on Fifth Avenue yesterday." "Were you in your best bib and tucker?" "The black and white check." "Did he look through you?" asked the actress. "Not exactly." "Did he look past you?" asked the actress. "No." "Well, did he look at you?" she persisted. "Yes, but he didn't know me." "I'm sure he didn't," chuckled Gloria. "Didn't you bow to him?" she added. "Next time you meet a nice young man like Jack Remsen, you march straight up to him and take him by the beard. He hasn't got a beard, metaphorically speaking, and ask him if he isn't ashamed of himself for not remembering you. He will be. Oh, never fear, he will be." Darcy pursed her red lips up to a funny little assumption of prudery. "He'd think me a forward young hussy." "Let him. You've been backward long enough." I haven't really got used to the new feeling yet," said the girl shyly. "To being pretty? Say it out." "It's easy enough to get used to. Just feel as pretty as you look. Go on a perpetual parade until you learn the right kind of self-consciousness. Being a woman is an asset, not a liability in life. When you've absorbed that powerful truth, come to me and I'll impart some more wisdom." She fell into thought. "Darcy," she said portentously. "Well?" "I've got a grand and glorious idea for a grand and glorious feeling, like Mr. Briggs." "Don't keep me waiting. I can't stand suspense." "I'm going to give a party for you, with the brides for side dishes, but principally to celebrate your graduation." "Oh, joy!" cried Darcy. Joy proved to be a mild and inexpressive word for the party. So far as Miss Darcy Cole was concerned, it was a triumph. The two brides, each sufficiently attractive in her own type, simply paled away before their unconsidered flatmate. Gloria didn't pale away. No rivalry could shadow her superb individuality. With her guest of honor, she shared the laurels of a victorious evening. Stimulated to her best self by the realization of success, conscious of a buoyant body, perfectly clad and a soaring spirit, Darcy unwittingly took and held the center of the stage, into which Gloria cunningly and unobtrusively maneuvered her. At the end of the long night of fun, Miss Cole sat enthroned. Miss Cole had sung like a lark. Miss Cole had danced like an elf. Miss Cole had laughed like a spirit of mirth. Miss Cole had fairly radiated a wholesome, keen, full-blooded, high-spirited gaiety and happiness shot through with that indefinable glow of womanhood, which is as mysterious and unmistakable as a firefly's light, and perhaps as unconsciously purposeful. One thing only detracted from Gloria Greene's satisfaction in the triumph of her protégé. Jack Remsen had not been a witness to it. Mr. Remsen was in retirement. I do want you and Jack to like each other, said Gloria to Darcy, in the inevitable talkover which followed the grand triumphal party. Of course, returned the girl softly and warmly, regarding her friend. And of course I'm going to like him just as hard as ever I can, if he'll let me. For your sake, was the implication of that warmth, which would have considerably astonished Gloria had she appreciated it. But how should she know the interpretation given by the girl to that casual kiss overseen in the studio? Gloria's mind was running in quite a different direction. Sequels to the party and to Darcy's success were promptly manifested in the form of sundry boxes and parcels bearing fashionable trade insignia, which flowed in upon Bachelor Girls' Hall. But not for Miss Raines or Miss Barrett. Out of her sumptuous surplus, Miss Cole was pleased to present a dozen American Beauty roses to Miss Raines and a 5-pound box of special candies to Miss Barrett, explaining kindly that she could not possibly use them herself. That was the glory-crowned summit of a delicate revenge, long overdue. Poor Darcy, indeed. So Darcy came into her own. 1 year Gloria had given her. The year had not yet gone, but most of Aunt Sarah's gift had. Who cared? Not Darcy. She had won her heritage of womanhood, where a few brief months before, and she could laugh now at the pangs and hardships of those months which were so small a price to pay for the results. She had looked a worn 30 years old and felt like a sapless leaf. She now looked a budding 20 and felt like a baby with a drum. Life was her drum. All its stirring rataplan, however, could not quite drown out the grim voice of reckoning, which spoke with the accent of Sir Montrose Vesey Bart of Vesey Holdings, Hampshire, England. End of Chapter 9.